actually being quite different, honestly, than it was over like just a year ago. I mean, the Party Astronauts were an entirely different team, right? So the only one that's remaining is Ben Leet. So we'll see how it goes. Again, like both our predictions are quite clear. It's Boss that we're favoring on both maps here. I think they're still my favorite going into Anubis.
Yeah, Ben Leet, the captain here of the Party Astronaut space station, has had built so many different times this year, and well, he's got another project at his fingertips, and we'll see what he can do with some of the most exciting players here in North America right now. OG Wizard has been at least taking over my mind as the most fun player to watch here in ECL Season 48. So let's get the show on the road. Party Astronaut taking on Boss. First map of Anubis. We got a head-to-head between Peeping and Fruit Cup, but now in the open, able to escape here. Solo defender. How much can Peeping do? A lot. 2, make it 3. New addition here for Party Astronauts. Starting off with a bang here on Anubis.
Oh my goodness. Wow. What a defense here on the pistol round by PA and Peeping in particular with that 3K Fruit Cup. The newest addition to Boss, the last one standing here, doesn't have the bomb on his back and has a very large task ahead of him if he has any hope of winning the round. And it all starts with the first shot here, and he does connect for damage, but not much, only 9 HP onto Fang. And now they know where he is. 50 seconds left on the clock. This one kind of feels like a foregone conclusion at this point. Fruit Cup, what are you going to do? What path do you take? Just go. I would say just go and take fights.
I mean, honestly, the kill reward bonus does actually kind of play a part if he does want to force up some extra weaponry. But yeah, 1v5 is not going to be winnable here. Oh, and it's that peak for Bang to finish it off. Sure, why not? Party Astronauts with a flawless pistol. I mean, Peeping was just like, he was just fending off the horde there. Like, from all different angles, able to switch it up and just knock down these instant headshots. That's something you'll love to see.
Absolutely. As Party Astronauts, that's a great start for them. Obviously, you know, things haven't necessarily been going that great since OG Wizard and Peeping were added to the roster. They've had some tough competition, so you have to keep that in mind. So we'll see how they fare against a revitalized Boss, for sure. They are going to go for the Force by our Boss. Even though they can get the bomb plant, Tech-9's across the board, and there's filtering in towards this B site. Bentley gonna pop that smoke, and now the util's being thrown on board by Boss. They charge in, Fang, a little bit exposed here, a pillar, and he's dropped. Cryptic gets one, Freshie another, and Boss, fantastic here on the Force by 4v2 now. OG Wizard waiting behind the smoke, Freshie within it. I think OG Wizard has an inkling that someone's going to be here. If only he fired there, right?
He doesn't, but he has no idea, and I think he's just completely doomed in this situation as well, because 2 behind the smoke, and he's done. What a play, what a call there from Boss, the confidence in that. Not a lot of teams would consider going for the Force buy. You didn't get a bomb plant on the pistols. We took Tech-9s and armor and said, we know your B-side's going to be weak immediately, and Cryptic was 100% correct. I mean, that's the kind of preparation. Maybe he's expecting, okay, I know this guy Bentley. I know the type of round he wants to call, and I'm going to put in a round that will perfectly counter him, and he did. Perfect force buy here for Boss, and Peeping could be in some trouble. Nope. Of course, he's been sharp on the headshots, and none there, but Boss with the surprise round.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great work from Boss. And you look at the Party Astronauts now, their money's in the tanks. They say, you know what? Force by Wars are on. Let's go. It's going to be 3 MP9s, and Ben Lee probably just going to have a pistol in his hands and a piece of util, perhaps? No, he just goes for the 5.7 and a flashbang. M4 still up for Peeping, so that is some good news for the Party Astronauts. As Boss have got a couple of AKs, the Galil, the FAMAS off the ground, the MP9 the same for Fruit Cup. Looks like they're going to line up for 3 players outside of B at Long B. What is the plan, though? It looks like they want to make some noise towards A main as well. Flashed out is Darty, having a peek in. No one's actually on the A site proper. The only one close is that connector, and that's OG Wizard.
Yeah, but that bomb postured over towards B at the moment kind of shows the real plans. This is just going to be a little bit of a fake to put on pressure, and boy, has it worked. When you have 3 defenders on A, yes, these players are not going to be getting much ground. I say that, maybe they could just get the kills, deal the damage. They actually do lose both eventually, but you see it's drawn away these rotates. That's exactly what Cryptic wanted in this situation, but still very complicated. Bentley alive and kicking at the back of the site, and a man disadvantage here for Boss will stay the same until Slight does arrive with the double. Bomb's gonna cross over here for Fresh. We got a 2-on-2.
All right, Smoke gonna get tossed onto the bomb planter. Slight waiting next to E-Box. Oh boy, Fang and Peepin coming up. Peepin gets an important frag. It's all up to Slight here. He doesn't realize someone's to his right. Does he slip through without getting spotted?
I think
he might. They don't know he's in the smoke. They're sticking the defusal. Oh no, Slight has no idea. And there's the defuse that comes through. What a weird way for the round to end. Slight eventually loses his life. It will be a second for the party astronauts, so the Force by Wars are not over yet.
I mean, Slight obviously made that decision to say, hey, I don't think you guys have a kit. But the biggest surprise is that Peepik indeed, on the Force buy, you never expect them to invest an extra $400 into a defuse kit, but there it is. That little curveball actually gets the better of him, actually wins them the round instantly there. But we are still back in. It's a Force buy war for a reason. Boss, we're going to try and battle back here. We got a glass cannon in this Force buy war, though. Slight armorless AWP. You love to see it.
Yeah. This will be interesting to see how this pans out. Freshie actually charging right towards a smoke. No fear here. And in fact, he has nothing to fear because no one's in the vicinity. Mid's been left open by the party astronauts. They're giving Boss this space. And Infinite's got that smoke primed and ready to be thrown as soon as he spots someone in that little crack that he's got visible there towards mid. He's just still going to be waiting. In the meantime, Boss are also slowing down the pace quite a bit. They've got one player outside of A main, a couple with the bomb, in fact, towards B. And with 56 seconds left on the clock and the bomb on the ground there, the final destination has to be the B site. It's just about how Boss gets there in the end. And I believe the water player is going to go in and pinch from connector. And then Freshie, along with perhaps Darty, are going to wrap around Palace and try to get in on a flank.
This might work. Again, party astronauts, it's very risky to stack up this A site with so many different players because look at what the B end has to be aware of. They can't really cover E box, can't really cover B main. Bentley's worried about deep spawn and Fang is all on his own. An amazing flashbang, but a team flash in the mix as well. Makes things a little bit complicated, but that second player comes through from Palace. Cryptic eventually finishes what Fruit Cup started, and we are back into yet another postman. This time Slight is posted up, and he will not be missing. The glass cannon off gets the chance to put in its best work, and I don't think Party Astronauts can win this round. We're going to keep going in the Force buy wars.
My goodness, yeah, Party Astronauts just going to back off here and save the rifles, which will help their Force buy in the follow-up round, but that was a very, I want to say, wise investment from Slight into the op because it ends up paying off with that one shot that pushes off the Party Astronauts off the site, but a great call by Boss to, you know, create some mayhem in towards the A site and try to pinch in towards B. I love that flashbang that was thrown for back B site. Fang was completely blinded, but like you said, there was another flash that came through. Maybe it was the same one, and unfortunately, Freshie couldn't capitalize. Yeah, it might have been the same one. Anyway, Freshie couldn't capitalize on that situation, even though Fang does eventually fall on the round. Goes Boss's way. It could have been even cleaner if they're able to get that frag without losing a body. Anyway, timeout going to be called by Boss, in fact, after winning that round.
There is, what I will notice is a bit of uncoordination here from the side of Party Astronauts. We're consistently seeing 3 players over towards that A site, and that is, it's a bit redundant is what we will call that in terms of the amount of defensive power you need. You typically only need 2, and then a mid-rotate will simply be enough. But with 3 players on that A site, they are just so far away from that other part of the map. And, I mean, just look how close that situation got still. If they had a faster rotate, that could have meant the world here to the Party Astronauts. So instead, Boss coming through with some cool tactics, some little mid-flanks, but we are still, once again, in Force buy war territory. Both teams slinging everything they got at each other, pulling no punches, And a mid push is here for Party Astronauts. It's going to continue with the mayhem. The only reply here for Boss is from that slight AWP, but it's found 2 initial kills. Party Astronauts have found the dream.
Yeah, and they're guessing right onto this site towards A. Slight's right around that corner with the AWP. I mean, yes, there's a lurk and Cryptic on the B site, but there's Slight finding a second, peering around that corner, fragging, peeping right as that smoke was blooming, and they don't even have to commit to the A site. There's still a minute 10 on the clock.
Whoa, but look at this. Bentley pushing past. Oh, but Darty, he locks back in for just a moment. I think he was asleep at the wheel. He wasn't expecting something that aggressive, but it does work out. Are they going to be ready for, again, this third A-site defender that they ran the entire time? Cryptic survives on 1 HP. You hate to see it for OG Wizard, but Boss are going to walk through to an empty A-site, and I don't think Fang is going to attempt this.
No, I don't think so. That should have been OG Wizard's frag.
It should have.
9 times out of 10. He kind of whipped the spray. And Cryptic with 1 HP surviving.
I don't even think he whiffed, because you know that A1S at closer ranges can kill in 4 bullets to the body. But right. Cryptic was just outside of that range. That is 99 in 4. The old fabled, the most infuriating kill. Oh, what is it? Like an end of round report there that OG Wizard's gonna have to look down.
Unfortunate there for the Party Astronauts, but Boss are happy to find a 3rd round, and that will mean no more force buys. Finally over after 5 rounds. Fang saves the AK, and that will be the lone rifle, and I would say the only firepower for the Party Astronauts coming through here. It is enough, like just having that 1 AK to find victory in the round. It all depends on where they deploy it and how they ferry that around to ensure. I think putting that AK in fights where it can be picked up afterwards if the player dies will be important. All right, we go into round number 6. Flashbang going to get tossed. Infinite, well, I was thinking about pushing up aggressively there. PA did invest in a couple of pistol upgrades and 2 pieces of util. It's going to be on their side. It's Freshy has a peek in towards that bridge, and more than that, he's just charging down. I think they know that Party Astronauts are low on money, so they're going to try and take these fights. There's Freshy waiting for Infinite. That's the second. No, doesn't get the second Fang. Surviving with 17 HP and gets a follow-up. Fang, the 3K! Fruit Cup finally trades him out, but that is a huge attempt and a job by Fang, honestly.
I can't believe. Okay, well, okay, he'll be back and we'll hit the floor again. And it actually might still settle down. That's the problem here. The rest of the players are armorless, and, well, Ben Leet. You know, I remember the last ride. Ben Leet playing here in ECL just started picking up the AWP as he was the last official that with his old teammates. Well, now tasked with the AK. And going for a very, very interesting play. Leaping that bomb alone and hoping to catch some of these T's. A bit lackadaisical.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, obviously, Boss are wary of where he might be, so they haven't grabbed that bomb yet. In time is their enemy.
Position. He's gonna get there in time. Oh, but Fruit Cup is still watching for it. Didn't matter. Darty's gonna be able to scoop up the bomb. Yes, he does know where Ben is playing from. And Darty, oh, the Ben has been fooled just a tad bit there. He hears the footsteps potentially moving in towards camera, but that was him going through Temple into B. Ben Leet's got a big hike ahead of him, but still a chance to win this 1v1.
Yeah, Ben just going to hightail it all the way towards that B site. He's already here. Darty probably hears these footsteps. Yeah, definitely. He's just going to wait behind the smoke, though. Doesn't want to give away his position. Has all the information he could need. Smoke going to get tossed, though, by Ben. He could try and stick to the defusal. He absolutely will. Darty will probably able to spam this. Darty, there it is. Yep. Just a little bit of the smoke blown away over the tippy top of Ben Leet's head, and it gives away the ruse. That will make it 4-2 in favor of Boss, and nothing saved over this time by PA, but they will have a buy.
But that was a full eco. Just remember what... Okay, I think a bit of a mistake there.
Saved.
That is fair, but you do not need to be challenging the AK like that. I think immediately the The red flag should have been there and said, hey, we're hit the bail button. We've got our opening pick. We're fine. But Fang gets to show some of his individual ability in that very moment. And so a very productive round, nevertheless, there from Party Astronauts, despite not necessarily winning it. They do need to win this round, though, to really take advantage of it. They've taken down the money very low of Boss. T-Side is facing a hard reset in the event of an L here. But once again, Boss are really coming through with some good positioning. Slice just going to be able to walk up for free, uncontested, and Fang falls through the E-Box smoke. Now that's going to be devastating.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate for Fang. Not even spotted out. Oh, something could happen here towards the A site. In fact, yeah, trades coming through, and Slice not looking too good. Only down to 22 HP, and now 0. OG Wizard and Peeping get a couple. With top of Fruit Cup and Cryptic, but Fruit Cup brings it down to even numbers again at a 2v2. And he's got the bomb carrier right behind him. So they're playing the buddy system. Another good thing is that Party Astronauts are spread out amongst both sites, so it is technically a 2v1, regardless of the site that Boss decides to approach.
So I like this move here from Boss. They're going in through spawn, but also Party Astronauts are staying active on the map. If you kind of look at your top left, OG must have just finished clearing out the canal side, so he knows where this potential play is going to be coming from, back from that CT spawn or camera position. So OG Wizard in with the chance, especially as he has a molly as well that could force out players from behind the cake. There is also an op down in front of him, and he's going to pick it up, but I think he made a sound cue at the same time. So OG Wizard's position known with certainty. And yeah, there's going to be a flashbang with his name on it. But OG Wizard is so capable. What a capable pair of hands to have this scope. Cyclops in and looking for a target. Creeping forward here on the platform. Cryptic. Oh, it's going to hit an instant headshot. Perfect onto Bentley. OG Wizard is posted up right now, and I think he, at this point, realizes he doesn't want an off in this situation, or maybe he does. Problem is the time. He's hit a nice shot, but OG Wizard cannot win the round, courtesy of that bomb. Boss to 5.
Yeah, I mean, good for OG Wizard to hit the shot because he had already fully committed. So you either get that frag and get away and save the up to the next round, or you're done if you miss the shot. Luckily for him, he does hit that shot, so op is saved. I would even say there was an argument to potentially fall off a little bit sooner than that because of the condition of the economy for the Party Astronauts. But I respect it, you know, trying to get those frags. They know that this is a very close game. So if something slips their way, then, you know, you're looking at a 4-3 instead of a 5-2, but that doesn't happen. And Party Astronauts, even though they only have 2 rounds, you know, Anubis is super T-sided. So for them to already have 2 is a good sign. They just need to rack up, I would say, a couple more, and they'll be in good condition heading into the second half. Freshie going to throw the flash. They've been pretty aggressive, have PA, pushing up through mid, which you kind of have to be in these types of situations, especially when you're more limited in terms of the firepower. Freshie, is he... Oh, yeah, he's going towards that B site, and Ben is defending it up close at B main, and you've got Fang at E box as well. Just 3 pistols, an MP9, and of course the big green available for OG Wizard.
Again, this OG Wizard is just capable of making any round a threat. But he's being tempered right now. The running joke here in ECL is OG Wizard just W keys everyone and forgets about the consequences. This round, he's a little far out of the action. And trying to fly through this. I think Boss realized that they don't need to take these kind of risks. They'll just let the CTs come to them. And so far, that's the case. Infinite falls to Slice's hand, and you can see just waiting for more aggression here. Cryptic outside of E-Box has another target around the corner. Bentley up close to the 5-7, does connect that headshot, though, and will scoop up an AK. Is this round going to be dangerous or not? Around the smoke, though, we'll deal with Bentley, and that makes this round a lot more comfortable. It's just peeping here on this A site. He has not revealed his position. But also Darty is playing this one safe. OG Wizard isn't, though, and him and Peeping will work together, and there's 2 kills back. And Sly keeps going. Critic, that's a huge mistake, but he can't go backwards because of the time. The 2 players here for Party Astronauts, a new addition, they put up the hold.
Yeah, good patience from Boss, I would say, like in the round, waiting for the pushes to come through, like you were mentioning, but then taking way too much time to actually decide where they wanted to go. And the hesitation, like you mentioned at the end, you can't hesitate. There was no time to do that. You just got to charge forward. And I mean, look, Party Astronauts played it perfectly. Peeping deserves a ton of credit with the MP9 mid-range, getting a couple of critical frags and making his opper, OG Wizard, have an easy time appearing around to get that last one that really sealed the deal. All right, round number 9, 3 rounds for PA on CT side is already looking great, and they have a solid buy-up coming through here. That said, Boss with just Tech 9s before we're able to overcome the Party Astronauts towards B. OG Wizard, he's got other plans. On to Fruit Cup. I believe that was over the top of the smoke, finding the first.
I believe so, yeah. Stepping up on top of that little slab of, I don't know, sandstone. They're off to your right and gets a little angle. Wizard keen on that. Fang, though, will eat a flashbang back at the site. And this B site is just so weak. If you only have 2 players here, it's so difficult to hold. Bentley does come through with one inside of CT spawn, but can't stop the bomb plant and site control here for the T side. Frexy, though, still trying to play forward. Still trying to garner some space. It just kind of puts it down to Darty. He does get down on Molly, but now in a 1 versus 3 with Khalil running out of ammo and will eat a headshot courtesy of Peeping, who's been playing lights out on this CT side. Party Astronauts are rolling back into it.
Yeah, Peeping has been honestly great so far throughout this map. Like you said, 12 frags. And even as an addition to the Party Astronauts, I thought Peeping was a key piece of Elevate's, improvement over the last few months. And obviously Dia as well. Both those players being added there changed the complexion of Elevate entirely. Now, the Timbermen, of course, but then they both left at the same time, and that is going to hurt Timbermen immensely because I feel like those were the 2 guys that really brought them up. Anyway, Peeping showing why the Party Astronauts had their eye on him. 4 rounds for PA. That's already very serviceable on the CT side, and it could get even better here as 3 Tech 9s, a Deagle, and a P250 Infinite getting 2 on a Slight and Cryptic. Already a 5v3.
Yep. There's no round to be had here. It was all a mirage. You thought round 10 existed, it did not. As Infinite makes it disappear in front of all of our eyes. Oh my goodness. He just blind spammed through the smoke and found 2 headshots. All you can say here for Boss is, well, that wasn't meant to be. And this is a huge run back from Party Astronauts. Picking up these really unexpected rounds. A nice attempt on the ace there, Infinite. It was right. Couldn't quite get it. But the run back here from Party Astronauts is so massive considering how this map typically skews. Heavily attacker favored. Getting 5 rounds on the CT side is already serviceable.
Yeah, and 3 in a row, right? They've really shut down Boss's attempts round after round. Even though Boss have been looking good getting into that B site in particular, it's just like that one round where Boss flubbed it, I would say. Going into the A site really turned around the confidence on the Party Astronauts. And, we can't forget that PA still have some very solid fraggers, despite the fact that this roster is still kind of trying to find that chemistry with the 2 new additions. Anyway, Peeping, speaking of new additions, charges out and finds a few bullets and a Molotov right to his person. So that'll be a quick 5v4 for Boss. The aggression this time from PA gets punished immediately as a smoke's going to get tossed to allow for Infinite to fade away. And Bentley says, here you go. More util for you, a smoke and a flash. Or smoke and an incendiary, excuse me.
I do like your point that Party Astronauts just have players that could make things happen.
Yeah.
And that 2 versus 4 situation, a testament to that. And OG Wizard, one of those players who helped out in that round, is here, but can't quite hit the clean shot onto Cryptic. And so, a critical refrag missing, and it's going to leave Infinite having to worry about his mid side when everything is coming from right behind him in A main. A bit of dramatic irony here. Infinite out of position as Boss begin their move. And, well, there is a Molly in the mix, and finally the rotates do arrive. Party Astronauts do not hesitate to leap into this A site. And despite being down in players, they could put up the hold. Bentley trying to lock in for the spray, and it's now a missed shot from OG Wizard. He will recollect, though, and refrag to have Party Astronauts take the lead.
Wow, I mean, just having 6 on CT side and preventing the T's from taking a lead into the second half on Anubis is phenomenal. I mean, Party Astronauts have a lot to celebrate right now, as they're looking for potentially 7. I mean, you're looking at the economy of Boss, it is not that great. They will manage to scrounge together 4 Galils and a Tech 9, but utility absent from Darty's inventory. Cryptic has a couple of pieces, and then Freshy Fruit Cup and Slate will make it more serviceable, but still, this is not going to be an easy round for Boss to crack through on. Slate spamming through that smoke, trying to see if anyone gets aggressive this time, and I mean for good reason, since Party Astronauts have been very consistently giving them hell there. An OG Wizard through the smoke onto Cryptic. Oh no, another connection from the young Opper.
Yeah, a bit of a smoke break there. This round, though, is still possible. Darty has gotten to a forward position that Infinite isn't really prepared for. Oh, and he made a footstep as well, falling away. Darty could be in great position. He's calling his teammates back as well, wisely so. He's taking that advanced position, but he's also eating that flashbang.
They saw him.
And yeah, now he's certainly noted.
Peeping. Waiting here. Awesome. They gotta go. They're gonna try. Oh, what a headshot from Freshy, but Infinite right back with 3 frags. Another shutdown from him in a multi-kill round as Slight is the last one, and no longer. We're gonna head to the halftime break with the Party Astronauts with a 7-5 lead. All right, we're back here. Second half of action between Boss and Party Astronauts on map 1 of 2. And the Party Astronauts, no, your eyes are not deceiving you. They got 7 rounds on CT side of Anubis. Boss stymied. After having a 5-2 lead, they could not get another round. Let's see if they can pick it up on their CT side, but typically they're much stronger on their attacking side than they are on the defending one.
Yeah, I mean, it's courtesy of Party Astronauts and like every single one of their players finding a multi-kill to win a round.
Yeah, Infinite twice. I think it was OG, maybe not OG Wizard, but
Peeping for sure.
Peeping, yes.
Yeah, Peeping and Infinite 13 kills do not lie about their impact. And well, they're in towards that ace cycle. Look at this, a wall of 5 players, 5 CTs assemble here to cut down everyone. Boss Stars in with the rotates. OG Wizards making it happen though. He swapped that gun. He can make this happen. And the knife is eventually out for Freshie. Oh my goodness, OG Wizard almost put up the Alamo here on Anubis.
Speaking of individual plays, I guess OG Wizard heard me saying, well, not really him. He's like, oh, wait, hold my beer. Maybe I'm going to get one here. No, quite close. I'm surprised Freshy's just charging up with the knife, but it all works out in the end for Boss as they do win the round despite OG Wizard getting 3, almost 4, and potentially the round. So, I mean, both teams winning their CT side pistols so far here. The difference between the previous half and this one is that the Party Astronauts did manage to get that bomb planted. So we'll see how that changes things up here, as they're going to have an AK-2 Galils, the MAC-10, and the Tech-9 available to them, which is very comparable to Boss's buy-up here, as you guys can see. Ben already peering into the canals. He's got the incendiary. Sees the incendiary that's thrown out by the CT side and says, okay, cool. Information gained. Guys, there's one at E-Box. But where does PA go after this? They got 3 players around bridge. It feels like an A lean. Boss is getting a read on this too.
Wow, this is so surprising here for Boss. They've left B completely empty and have brought 3 players to bear in middle. Freshie charging forward and somehow got a kill there.
Yeah.
Also gets vision of that bomb though, so kind of knows the plans here for Party Astronauts. And Darty with the backstab and Slight arriving on the site. It's a good trade from Peeping. It's a bomb plant available here, but a man deficit. And even a dink landed. Peeping, 3 HP, not much to fight with. And Leet, the opposite. Peeping still does it on 3 HP, though. And it puts Darty up into the clutch. He has an HE. He has an HE. He needs to go in the solar system of Peeping. Oh! He goes down to 1. Peeping survives. Darty starting to think about these other angles. Where could Peeping possibly be? Darty doesn't have a kit. Critically. And Peeping converts with the headshot. 3 HP. Got 2 kills and a quad for Party Astronauts.
Excuse me, Peeping, like down to 3 HP, like you said, and he was going aggressive into the fight instead of hanging back. That fight towards CT, wins it, and then at the end, the nade doesn't finish him off. 2 HP of damage, you've got to be kidding me. Peeping's got a horseshoe going for him. A lot of luck there, but in the end, beautiful shots. I mean, that was not luck. That was beautiful
damage on the grenade.
I just can't believe it.
Not 3, not 3, folks. 2.
Oh, man. What a way to win a round. Another multi-kill round for Peeping. So the individual plays and efforts that have been given Party Astronauts rounds continue here.
It's actually just unbelievable. Honestly, like, it could have been a ping difference as well. Like, I don't know, maybe if Darty had 10 less ping, that nade gets out an extra 10 milliseconds early, and we are not in this situation here. Infinite has already taken advanced control, but Fresh also got it underneath his crosshair. Freshie will be able to trade. Peeping continues his spray, and it's a little awkward. Fang very much out of the picture, and Boss is either you run through right now and try to take advantage of this 2v2 that's on the site because Fang's in another solar system, or you just save, or maybe a mixture of both because Fruit Cup trying to get that rifle will meet OG Wizard and Party Astronauts. They were down 5-1, I believe, there. Or 5-2.
5-2.
And the run back is immense.
Yeah, I mean, look, a 7-1 run at this point. Only one round to speak of for Boston. That was the pistol. After that, the 4-spy goes the Party Astronauts' way, and they continue cruising along. Looking at Boss, I don't think they buy up much of anything here. They want to keep their money healthy. Maybe some pistol upgrades. Slight needs the op, though, so he's probably just going to stick with the Deagle that has been picked up off the ground in that previous round. And yeah, this is probably another PA round. And not forgetting, of course, that Anubis, I mean, they had a 7-5 lead going onto their T side. It's a dream for any team on this map. Enlete charging up through Canal with the AK, sees the smoke, gets the Molotov ready, throws it in for E-Box. No one's home at B for Boss. It's the A stack that they're gambling on, and now they're rotating back, scurrying on towards B because they figure that that has to be where the hit's coming. Unfortunately for them, Party Astronauts have pulled the rug out from under them, and now they're rotating towards A. I like that Boss is maintaining mobility here, and I think they kind of want to get aggressive afterwards here, maybe in towards Connector. Or are they just going to hold sight? Okay. Just holding sight. Here comes the smokes onto A and the Molotovs as well. This will be the final destination for PA, and they've got a free and clear sight to get this bomb planted, and it looks like a 10th round is going to come through.
I kind of want to talk, I'll spill a little bit of tea, but before, as this Party Astronauts lineup was looking for players, OG Wizard was one of Bentley's first targets. And thanks, gonna be able to do some cleanup here to interrupt my little speech. But initially, OG Wizard wanted to duo up with Nick X from his former team, his in-game leader over there on Life's a Game, but ended up going with Peeping instead. I don't think Nick X can be too mad though about the player that kind of took his slot, because Peeping is overwhelmingly the best player in the server right now. Of course, as I say that, he gets put down. Ooh, and slight with a little bit of thievery towards the end of the round, stealing some guns away there from Party Astronauts, but they're going to need to take more than guns. They're going to need to get a lot of rounds here on the CT side.
Yeah, I mean, the best they've looked is that pistol round onslaught where they guessed right and all 5 players just like in a wall, as you described it, just raining bullets down onto the Party Astronauts. But here, I mean, they're going to call a timeout to talk things over. Obviously, things are really starting to slip through their fingers. And you got, I mean, this is probably your last chance to really make some noise on the map. You don't win this round, and I think it's curtains.
Yeah, this is the biggest chance here. You have Slight, AWP available, all the guns you need, or else Party Astronauts are on a favored side where I think the biggest threat is when Party Astronauts get to a high round count. The game already feels over because someone's going to get a quad kill in the game. It's always that X factor that is going to be able to close out games. Nifty little smoke there for Infinite from the lineup Larry's out there. Your name does not have to be Larry to throw lineups. Just
Fruit Cup.
No!
Hello?
Fruit Cup was just burning in.
How was he in that? But how? I thought the smoke was there. He must be a little surprised.
Oh no. Oh, that's brutal.
And
they're just gonna hit the B site off the back of that. There are 2 players in position, and they've got to be so steadfast here. And I don't think it's enough. Freshie is gonna get picked off by OG Wizard, just getting reeled in by that op, and that is just such a gut punch. In a round they had to win, that happened.
Yeah, I mean, if they can ferry these guns out of the round, then maybe there's still a chance of coming through in the follow-up. But, I mean, you see the Party Astronauts are hunting a little bit. I think it's OG Wizard with the op looking for at least one here. And, yeah, he might get both of them if he plays his cards right, depending on how Darty and Slight maneuver here. Looks like they just want to tuck in. towards that A site. And eventually the party astronauts are going to chase a little bit more aggressively. Yeah, that bomb is certainly going to explode. So here comes the hunt. This could determine the match here. If they get these frags. Flashbang thrown. Darty turns away from it. OG Wizard slowly but surely creeping in there. Slate spotted out. Slate gone so Darty. And indeed, nothing saved forward, meaning that the party astronauts have a much cleaner path to 12 rounds here.
It has just been the X factor from this party astronauts team. Helped out by a bit of fortune there on the Fruit Cup. And at this point, mentally, you might just be out of the game. I just have to say, Fruit Cup, for those who kind of missed it, had a Molly put at his feet, but I think there was a smoke in his face, so he wasn't expecting it to spread to him. And, you know, sometimes in CS, when you try to throw a nade, and you try to swap back to your gun, I call it like, a nade gets stuck to your hand. I think that might have happened to Fruit Cup, and he burned 100-0 without firing a bullet.
Yeah, I would love to see his perspective, because there's definitely something that convinced him that he was not going to go down to that Molotov, but I don't know what it was. Like, we need to see his perspective to fully understand that. Either way, party astronauts have to be happy with the end result, and Boss are saving for overtime. They're not going to force up here. I mean, I say saving for overtime. They're hoping that this half buy is going to pan out to a round victory, but if it doesn't, they'll have a buy up down 12-6. Party astronauts wasting no time taking space towards that B site. Two players waiting to greet them. Freshy's got the smoke. Oh man, they're going to go in hard here. Boss have to be ready to fire. They're pulling out the guns. It's just the pistols. Nade pop going to come through. Player spotted. Peeping gets another one. 19 frag from almost at the 20 bomb. There come the nades, and Freshy is going to get connected on for a little bit of damage. And look at how much firepower is coming their way. That said, Darty does manage to get one onto Infinite.
And they've used kind of all their tanks here. Look at the right side of the screen. No grenades remaining here for Party Astronauts. So they're in a 4 versus 4. They don't have any map control. Round gets weird, but reaggression for Darty.
Dude,
Fang was ready, but Darty's just faster.
I mean, I don't understand why the party astronauts don't go in after that volley of util. That they should have charged forward and just taken the fight. That's what it felt like they were setting up, and then they just stall out. Now they lost another body. The AK that Darty picked up has proven to be completely invaluable. 2K for him, could even be a third. And not to mention, Fruit Cup's got the deagle here around Pillar. Maybe he can pop a head off. 30 seconds left. Fruit Cup getting sprayed down to 46. Ben, no, still survives, and so does Peeping. In fact, Peeping saves him with his 20th frag of the map. 20 seconds left to get this bomb planted. Darty hiding in the corner. Is he going to come around here and do some damage? He absolutely will. Does he find the fourth? He sees the body, gets the damage onto OG Wizard. Cryptic finishes off the last two, and Boss get a 7.
They needed that. They needed that undoubtedly here for Boss. Obviously, for every round they can get, but this one is a half buy. This is a low investment round that they were expecting to lose, but instead, look at the just money bursting at the seams here for Boss in their pockets right now. Every player above 5K, there's a lot more confidence in there. A huge hit to the Party Astronauts economy as well. What a swing round. That puts Boss, they had like a 95-5 chance of winning this game. Now it's a little bit more tenable. Win this, and suddenly Boss are on track for a little run of rounds, and we've got an interesting game of Anubis here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that round felt like it wasn't going to end up in Boss. It really did. Because Party Astronauts were following all that utility forward. They got the opening frag. It felt like they were going to push in, and I think they were their own worst enemy. And they doubted themselves just enough to give Boss that opening. And Darty in particular, finding one with the 5.7, getting the AK upgrade, ended up being a massive difference maker. Infinite getting spammed down to 44 here. As Cryptic is trying to peer out from connector into mid, but he's given up the space now, realizing that it might not be a favorable fight if he continues to push forward.
This is huge map control, though, from Peeping, and really the rest of Party Astronauts. They've got 3 players in mid, and Boss have completely leaned in towards that A site. this. This angle from OG Wizard. Oh, he just saw a shoulder. Oh my goodness, the timing there from peeping terrible as well. And it's gonna cost him. OG Wizard does re-swing. And gonna refrag. Bang though. Excellent awareness there for the potential off angle. And Cryptic is actually dealt with. Party Astronauts are into the site. Freshie leaps forward right into a headshot. Trying to make magic happen, but Party Astronauts putting him down.
Wow.
It seems like the chance that Boss had to get in this game has just faded away.
Well, I mean, they're still going to have money here because of the fact that they were able to win that eco round relatively cleanly. I think 3 players came out of it. So they were able to save some guns, meaning 5K for Cryptic, 3.5 and 3.2 for Darty and Slate. And that's before they're going to get their loss bonus added to their account. So a pretty much full buy-up will come up for Boss here, but they need to run out the remaining 5 rounds to push it to overtime. It is still a very tall ask, and especially considering the way the Party Astronauts are playing their T side.
Terrorists win.
No, not like this. I was about to
Jeez.
say. They've got to hold on to every gun they can. Their backs are up against the wall now. Here for Boss. It was a round delayed, courtesy of the Eagles. But yeah, this is it. Map point here for Party Astronauts. Such an unlikely one as well. They were down 5-1, and now they're up 7-12. So it's got a ridiculous run back, courtesy of just the ridiculous individuals on this team. Look at this. OG Wizard strafing down to the side. He's already posted up E-Box. Slight arriving. OG Wizard won't miss. That kind of timing, only OG Wizard is comfortable pulling off. And it just leads Fruit Cup here. He's had a tough game, and Bentley's going to make it even worse as he's likely to end this one 6-16. And Party Astronauts are swarmed all over that B site.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking a lot about peeping, but OG Wizard has really picked up his game. 18 frags here. Infinite has multiple 3Ks. OG Wizard, as we're talking about him, gets a second frag in the round, and he will find the 3K himself, tying at the top of the scoreboard. So the 2 newest additions, the stars here on Anubis, Fi.
Oh my god. I think it was peeping on that CT side that just made everything come together for this unit, and then OG Wizards just started to click in these mid rounds and closed it on the book. Also, credit to Infinite as